Throughout history, conspiracy theories have been dismissed as paranoia, fantasy, or the work of overactive imaginations. But what happens when those crazy theories turn out to be real? Today, we're exploring 10 of the biggest conspiracy theories that were proven true. From secret government experiments to massive cover-ups, these are the stories that remind us. Sometimes truth really is stranger than fiction. 1. Project MKUltra, the CIA's mind control experiments. In the 1950s and 60s, the CIA secretly launched MKUltra, a program designed to explore mind control techniques. People were unknowingly dosed with LSD, subjected to hypnosis, sensory deprivation, and even electroshock therapy, all without their consent. It sounds like the stuff of dystopian science fiction, but it was very real. The program was exposed in the 1970s through Senate hearings, shocking the public. MKUltra showed that a government was willing to cross unimaginable ethical lines, leaving behind victims with lifelong trauma. 2. Operation Northwoods, a plan to deceive the public. In the early 1960s, the U.S. military drafted a chilling plan: carry out terrorist attacks on American soil and blame them on Cuba in order to justify an invasion. Ideas included hijacking planes, sinking boats full of Cuban refugees, and staging violent incidents in U.S. cities. The plan, called Operation Northwoods, was thankfully never approved by President Kennedy, but declassified documents revealed it was very real. Proof that sometimes the line between defense strategy and deception blurs in dangerous ways. 3. Watergate, the scandal at the heart of American politics. In 1972, what seemed like a simple break-in at the Democratic National Committee headquarters turned out to be a massive political conspiracy. President Richard Nixon's administration had orchestrated illegal surveillance, sabotage, and cover-ups against political opponents. The scandal unraveled through relentless journalism and Senate hearings, leading to Nixon's resignation, the only U.S. president to ever step down. Watergate wasn't just a conspiracy theory, it reshaped trust in government forever. 4. The Tuskegee Syphilis Experiment. For 40 years, from 1932 to 1972, the U.S. Public Health Service conducted a study on African American men with syphilis in Tuskegee, Alabama. The men were told they were receiving treatment, but in reality, doctors withheld life-saving medicine to observe the natural progression of the disease. Dozens died, families were destroyed, and children were infected at birth, all because of deliberate deception. When the truth was revealed, it became one of the darkest stains on American medical history, fueling mistrust that still lingers today. 5. COINTELPRO, targeting activists. In the 1960s and 70s, the FBI ran COINTELPRO, a covert program aimed at surveilling, discrediting, and disrupting political activists. Civil rights leaders, including Martin Luther King Jr., were targeted with harassment, blackmail, and smear campaigns. Documents exposed how far the government was willing to go to silence dissent, showing that paranoia among activists was tragically justified. 6. Operation Paperclip, Nazi scientists in America. At the end of World War II, the U.S. quietly brought over more than 1,600 German scientists, many of them former Nazis, to work on American military and space projects. These men had ties to horrific wartime experiments and atrocities, yet they were granted new identities and safe lives in America. Operation Paperclip helped build NASA and Cold War technologies, but the cost was moral compromise. The conspiracy about Nazis in America turned out to be shockingly real. 7. Big Tobacco. Hid the truth about smoking for decades, cigarette companies insisted smoking was safe. Internal documents later revealed they knew about the deadly effects all along. Not only that, but they actively manipulated research, marketing, and even targeted young people to keep profits high. The conspiracy unraveled in the 1990s, leading to massive lawsuits and reforms. But it proved that sometimes industries will put profit above human lives. 8. The Iran-Contra affair. In the 1980s, a bizarre and illegal scheme emerged. The U.S. government secretly sold weapons to Iran, despite sanctions, and used the money to fund rebel groups in Nicaragua. The plan was exposed, leading to a massive scandal that reached the highest levels of the Reagan administration. What sounded like wild speculation, the idea that America was secretly arming enemies and rebels, turned out to be fact. 9. NSA mass surveillance. For years, conspiracy theorists claimed governments were spying on everyday citizens. Most dismissed it as paranoia. Then came Edward Snowden in 2013. He revealed that the NSA was indeed collecting massive amounts of data, phone calls, emails, and internet activity from millions of people around the world. It was a global wake-up call about privacy and surveillance, and proof that sometimes the crazy theory is reality. 10. The Manhattan Project, a secret city for the atomic bomb. During World War II, tens of thousands of people worked in complete secrecy on the Manhattan Project, the development of the atomic bomb. Entire towns were built in remote areas, fenced off and hidden, while workers often had no idea what they were building. For years, the existence of these secret cities and the scale of the project remained hidden from the public. It was one of the most successful and terrifying cover-ups in history, proving that massive conspiracies can stay secret until they don't. Conclusion: from mind control experiments to government spying, these stories show us something important. Conspiracy theories can't all be dismissed as nonsense. While most remain wild speculation, history proves that sometimes the truth really is hidden in plain sight. So the next time you hear a conspiracy theory, remember, some of the biggest secrets in history started as whispers no one believed. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into mysteries, strange history, and unbelievable facts. I also post YouTube shorts with quick, shocking facts you don't want to miss, so check those out too for bite-sized mysteries.